Good evening, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 15th, 2025. The time is now 7 o'clock p.m., so we will call this regularly scheduled council meeting to order. First off, we're going to have our invocation and our pledges of allegiance. Our invocation this evening will be led by our own chaplain, Mr. Bowman, with St. John's Catholic Church. So if you guys will bow your heads, and then our pledges will be led by, you know what? Since we have outgoing council members, will you do our American pledge? Will you our Texas pledge? Sure. Are you okay with that? Okay, thanks.
Are you looking at me? Okay. Well, my prayer for this evening is quite brief, but it requires an explanation. This prayer is an adaptation of the prayer for the church and for civil authorities, which was composed by Archbishop John Carroll for use on the occasion of the inauguration of George Washington in 1789. I read that and I said, no way. Our founding fathers were persecuted for their religious beliefs. They were Mennonites, Quakers, Calvinists, and all of them were persecuted not only by King George, by the crown. It was illegal to be anything but Church of England in the colonies before the Declaration of Independence. And they were also persecuted by the Catholic Church in other countries. So I couldn't believe that, so I went in and researched it, and turns out his first name was John. He was good friends with Ben Franklin. They traveled throughout Europe and Canada trying to get support for the revolution. And his brother, his first cousin Oscar, was the last surviving member of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. And so I couldn't believe a Catholic bishop would be there, but he was very ecumenical. He was very soft-spoken. He was from nobility. Everybody who had land was. And it turned out he even had a couple of slaves, this Catholic bishop did. And so I just couldn't believe it, and so I researched it, and that's the deal. It also reminds me of the Stephen F. Austin when he tried to settle Texas. He went to Mexico to speak with the Spanish provincial there, and the first thing the Spanish provincial said was, sure, you can settle the land, but they have to be Catholic. And so Stephen had a problem. So he went back and entered a Irish Catholic priest named Father Muldoon, and he said, I can fix the problem for you. He said, I won't be imposing any burdens on you. I'm going to baptize you all and give you written proof that you are Catholic, but that's it. And so that's how Stephen F. Austin satisfied the Spanish government. And from that time on, the early settlers, many of them were called Muldoon Catholics. And that's just historical. So that leads us to our prayer. Almighty and eternal God, you have revealed your glory to all nations, God of power and might, wisdom and justice. Through you, authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. Assist with your spirit of counsel and fortitude the President of these United States, and in his administration may they be conducted in righteousness and be eminently useful to your people over whom he presides. May he encourage due respect for virtue and religion. May he execute the laws with justice and mercy. May he seek to restrain crime, vice, and immorality. Let the light of your divine wisdom direct the deliberations of Congress and shine forth in all the proceedings and laws framed for the rule and government. May they seek to preserve peace, promote national happiness, and continue to bring us the blessings of liberty and equality. We pray for our Governor, Greg Abbott, of this state, for the members of the legislature, for judges, elected civil officials, and all others who are entrusted to guard our political welfare. May they be enabled by your powerful protection to discharge their duties with honesty and ability. We likewise commend to you our unbounded mercy all citizens of the United States. May they be blessed in the knowledge and sanctified in the observance of your holy law. May we be preserved in union and that peace which the world cannot give, and after enjoying the blessings of this life, be admitted to those which are eternal. We pray to you, who are Lord and God, forever and ever. And George Washington said, Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, and thank you. Okay. Next items for business, consider Resolution 25R12, declaring the results of the general election held on May 3rd, 2025, for the purpose of electing a member to City Council District A, District D, and at-large Position 2, and providing other matters related thereto.
Mayor and Council, this is just a formal resolution for you to approve. The canvass was held Wednesday. This is just an official record for City of Alvin records officially.
Mayor, move to approve Resolution 25R12 declaring the results of the general election held on May 3rd, 2025 for the purpose of electing a member of City Council District A, District D, and at-large 2, and providing other relations related thereto.
Second.
Please vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Item B, consider Resolution 25R6 of the City Council of the City of Alvin authorizing members of the governing body to volunteer for organizations that protect the health, safety, or welfare of the municipality in accordance with Section 21.003 of the Texas Local Government Code, setting forth other provisions related thereto.
Yes, Mayor and Council, this resolution was requested to be brought back to council following the election, and basically it proposes that members of city council can serve as volunteers for organizations that protect the health, safety, and welfare of the municipality in accordance with the Texas Local Government Code 21003.
Thank you. Entertain a motion?
Mayor.
Move to approve Resolution 25R06, authorizing members of the governing body to volunteer for organizations that protect the health, safety, or welfare of the municipality in accordance with Section 21003 of the Texas Local Government Code and setting forth other provisions related thereto.
Second.
Please vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
Very good. Now we'll move to our oaths of office. First one up, we'll administer the oath of office to Martin Vela.
Any more, Martin? Good practice.
I, Martin Vela, do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of City Council Member District A of the City of Alvin and of the State of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help you God.
Seat, sir. Next is Ashley Davis. Bring that husband of yours up here. Come on, Norman.
Do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of City Council Member District 2 of the City of Alvin and of the State of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help you God.
Go ahead. Go ahead and take your seat, madam. Madam Council Member. Welcome aboard. Okay, next we'll do Scott Salter.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Scott Salter. Do solemnly affirm. That I will faithfully execute. The duties of the office. Of City Council Member at Large, Position 2. Of the City of Alvin. And of the State of Texas. And will, to the best of my ability. Preserve, protect, and defend. The Constitution. And laws of the United States. And of this state. So help you God. Congratulations.
Next, we're going to honor our outgoing council members. So we're going to consider Resolution 25R13, honoring Glenn Starkey for his service as a city council member for District D for the city of Alvin, Texas. Entertain a motion.
Move to approve Resolution 25R13, honoring Glenn Starkey for her service as City Council Member, District D, City of Alvin, Texas.
Okay, hold on. If everybody will sign in first. Oh, yeah. And then we'll take the vote. Sorry about that.
Should I say it again or?
No. There we go. Confirm. Yeah.
Confirm on the right.
Okay, now,
Can I vote?
now, hold on one second. Okay, now you can vote.
See what happens when you leave Glenn, we fall
Now you
apart.
have to vote yes or no. Yes or no, and confirm. And confirm. Motion passes unanimously.
So I've got a resolution that I'm going to read. It says it's a resolution by the City Council of the City of Alvin, Texas, honoring Glenn Starkey for his service as a council member for District D, City of Alvin, Texas. Whereas Glenn Starkey has unselfishly contributed his time, talents, and energies to serve the people of the City of Alvin as a member of the City Council District D for the period of May 2016 to May 2025. And whereas such contribution has become part of the foundation upon which this city stands. And whereas the members of the City Council of the City of Alvin, Brazoria County, Texas, wish to recognize the service and contribution of Glenn Starkey. And now therefore, be it resolved that the City Council and the people of the City of Alvin do gratefully acknowledge and express their sincere thanks and appreciation for your outstanding service. Passed and approved this 15th day of May, 2025.
Do we all want to stand up? Got it.
You will be missed. Thank you. Okay, next we're going to consider Resolution 25R14 honoring Joel Castro for his service as a City Council member for at-large Position 2 for the City of Alvin, Texas. Entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve Resolution 25R14, honoring Joel Castro for his service as City Council Member at Large, Position 2, City of Alvin, Texas.
Please vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
We didn't plan that. Yeah, no, we should have.
Resolution says, a resolution by the City Council of the City of Alvin, Texas, honoring Joel Castro for his service as a council member at large, Position 2, City of Alvin, Texas. Whereas Joel Castro has unselfishly contributed his time, talents, and energies to serve the people of the City of Alvin as a member of City Council at large, Position 2, for a period of April 2018 to May 2025. And whereas such contribution has become part of the foundation upon which this city stands, and whereas the members of the City Council of the City of Alvin, Brazoria County, Texas, wish to recognize the service and contribution of Joel Castro. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council and the people of the City of Alvin do gratefully acknowledge and express their sincere thanks and appreciation for your outstanding service. Passed and approved this 15th day of May, 2025.
Well, she's gonna take one with my phone too.
Is it your flip phone?
I must have put that first. Scoot this way a little bit. Okay, perfect. No promises. Now I have to get my camera out of the way.
Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it. It's been one heck of a ride. Give these guys heck. And see y'all soon.
Thank you. Okay, next we'll move on to a proclamation for Emergency Medical Services Week.
Nobody's on a hospital run? No kidding. And we'll just wait till we're done. I hear the tone.
Okay. The proclamation for Emergency Medical Service Week says, whereas 2025 marks the 51st anniversary of Emergency Medical Services Week, celebrating the vital contributions of EMS professionals under the national theme, quote, "We care for everyone," which highlights the inclusive, compassionate, and life-saving care EMS teams provide to individuals from all walks of life. And whereas emergency medical services teams provide critical, life-saving pre-hospital care, support vital public health efforts through community-based health care, and play an essential role in emergency preparedness and response. And whereas the dedicated men and women of EMS teams in the Alvin area serve our residents with professionalism and compassion, responding to emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, And whereas the City of Alvin proudly recognizes the skill, knowledge, and commitment of its EMS personnel who selflessly serve the greater Alvin community in times of need. And now, therefore, I, Gabe Adami, as the mayor of the City of Alvin, Texas, and on behalf of the City Council, hereby declare the week of May 18th through the May 24th, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services Week in the City of Alvin, and encourage all citizens to recognize and honor our EMS professionals for their unwavering dedication to saving lives and safeguarding public health.
Actually gonna have you go to this side for me, just to make it a little bit more even. Squeeze in. I'm gonna have this. Perfect, perfect.
Next, we have a proclamation for Public Works Week, May 18th. Public Works. Thanks for getting dressed up. Why are you facing over there?
Come on, guys.
Some sun?
Come on.
There we go.
I mean, those glasses. Too cool for school, man.
Before I read this proclamation, I want to read a message that I got today that I wanted to share, and it just highlights just the tenacity of your department, what you guys do, just showing up, showing out, being involved, showing that you care. There was a gentleman over off of Hickland, Mr. Norse. You may remember him. He sent me a message today. He says, "Gabe, I want to thank you so much for Brandon Moody in touch with me for the ditches. He's been very helpful, comes by a lot to keep me updated on what's going on. He's done more than the last 6 years that we've been trying to get something done. Brandon and the guys doing the work are very good. I wanted to let you know how professional Brandon is, plus dedicated. The people on my street really appreciate you and your quick help. Brandon is a real keeper. Thanks so much. And obviously, if there's anything we can do, let me know." With you, we all too much. We always hear the bad. It's always good to hear the good, and that's one resident there that is just very, very happy with the quality of work that you guys continue to do, and it's just it just highlights what your team does. And so, thank you. Yeah, y'all are yep. So I'm going to read this proclamation, and it says, whereas 2025 marks the 65th annual observance of National Public Works Week, celebrated under the theme, quote, People, Purpose, Presence, which honors the dedication, mission, and visibility of public works professionals who serve their communities with commitment and pride. And whereas the infrastructure, facilities, and essential services that support a sustainable and resilient community are made possible through the expertise and hard work of public works professionals. And whereas the continued growth and development of the Alvin community is strengthened by the efforts of the city public works teams who plan, build, maintain, and safeguard the critical systems that enhance everyday life for all residents. Now, therefore, I, Gabe Adami, as the mayor of the city of Alvin, Texas, and on behalf of the city council, do hereby proclaim May 18th through the 24th, 2025, as Public Works Week in the city of Alvin, and encourage all residents to recognize and express appreciation for the vital contributions our public works professionals make in protecting public health, ensuring safety, and improving quality of life throughout our community. Thank you.
I guess helping that resident came in just in time. I'm just playing. We do that all the time. So I want to let everyone know that these guys are the real MVPs. I am not. I am just here to guide them and support them, help them, and their success determines my success. And I realize that, and these guys are the real stars. So they do the work. They work hard. They're dedicated. They serve the community with pride, and I appreciate everything that they do.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, where are we now? Okay, now we're going to move into the public comment portion of our meeting. I think we've got one. John Berkey would like to say a few words. Where's Mr. Berkey? There he is.
Council, be real short. Just want to let you all know on the 29th of May, we're having our Veterans Resource Fair at the Alvin Senior Center. It's open to all veterans, all ages, anywhere in Missouri County. It's from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. We got representatives that are going to be there from Houston DAV, Texas Veterans Commission, of course, the American Legion, VSW, Warriors Refuge, Houston VA, veteran suicide prevention. So there's going to be a lot of veteran agencies there all in one place. So please help us pass the word, and if you get time, come on over. Be on the 29th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, John. Okay, next we'll move to consent agenda. And for those of you, for your new council members, this is the part of the agenda we don't deliberate. If there's something that you would like to pull off to deliberate, let me know when I come by. Garvey?
No, sir. No, Mayor.
No, sir.
No, Mayor.
No, sir.
Then I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mayor, move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Please vote.
Motion passes unanimously. Items approved on the consent agenda are the minutes for May 1st City Council meeting. Item B, awarding bid B 2507 to Stronghold Vegetation Management for the Bypass 35 mowing services for a period of 1 year with an option to extend for 2 successive 1-year terms, and authorize city manager to sign the agreement upon legal review. Item C, call a public hearing to receive comment regarding an ordinance establishing standards of care for youth recreation programs conducted by the City of Alvin Parks and Recreation Department for elementary school children ages 5 through 13 for Thursday, June 5th at 7 p.m. in the City Council Chambers of Alvin City Hall, 216 West Sealy. Item D, Resolution 25R15, authorizing and approving the renewed membership in the Gulf Coast Coalition of Cities for the purpose of protecting the interests of the city and its citizens with respect to electric and gas utility matters, finding that the meeting in which the resolution is passed is open to the public as required by law, and requiring notice of this resolution to legal counsel. Item E, Resolution 25R16, designating authorized signatories for the Texas General Land Office Community Development Block Grant Mitigation Program, contract number 240651510 related to the Durant Street Drainage and M1 Crossing Improvement Project. Item F, Resolution 25R17, adopting required civil right policies and procedures in connection with the Community Development Block Grant Mitigation Program, State Contract 240651510, and providing for other related matters thereto. Mayor?
Thank you, Dixie. Moving on to item A, consider ordinance 25L, amending Chapter 13, itinerant merchants and vendors of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Alvin, Texas, for the purpose of amending Section 13.5, application for registration certificate and ID card, and amending Chapter 28, comprehensive fee ordinance of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Alvin, Texas, for the purpose of amending Section 28.2, in general, itinerant merchants and vendors, other merchants, increasing the cost of registration fees, identification cards, and replacement identification cards, providing for severability, providing for a penalty, providing for publication, providing for an effective date, and setting forth other matters related thereto. Chief?
Mayor and council, as you're aware, the itinerant vendor ordinance deals with mainly door-to-door sales. And a comparison of our permit fees and ID card fees with other cities showed that we were way behind in keeping up with what is standard for the cities around us. For example, ours were currently $5 for the permit and $5 for each ID card, whereas League City is $100 for the permit if you're a local business, $200 if you're not, and then $50 per ID card. Pearland, $75 for the permit and $5 per card. Angleton, $100 for the permit and $15 for the card, and et cetera. So we're recommending that we amend Chapter 28 to reflect a $75 registration fee for the certificate, which is actually the permit, $15 replacement fee if they lose that certificate, $15 per ID card, and $15 for each replacement ID card. We are also recommending that number 4 of the Chapter 28 comprehensive fee, which says outdoor sales permit, is deleted because the permit is the registration certificate. That term was left over, I guess, from a previous version of the ordinance. We're also recommending that the Code of Ordinance Chapter 13 itself, 13.5 C, is actually amended by deleting replacement of registration certificate and permit for the conducting of outdoor sales, as that the permit is the certificate, and once again, the permit for outdoor sales was left over, I guess, from a previous version of the ordinance. I'll take any questions you may have.
So just to confirm, these are the vendors that go door to door?
Mainly, these are the ones door to door. Now, the Chapter 13 does deal with the ones that set up in parking lots, et cetera, but what we're speaking of here, these fees are for the ones who come in and want to go door to door and sell what have you. Each one of them is required to have a registration certificate for the business, and then each vendor has to have an ID card issued by the city to show that they're actually an employee of that business.
Okay. I'm going to say this, but just by prefacing it, I do know that looking at the fees and the fee structure and what the cost of the fees are, we definitely needed to do something and up the fees. How did we come up with that $75?
I picked a happy median from what the cities around us were. I didn't feel that having it low like some of these cities would do well, because the purpose of the permit and the fees is basically to keep the ones who may go to door and scam away from doing it. Actual businesses won't mind paying $75, $100, $200, et cetera, that some of these cities have. It's the honest businesses that we're wanting to keep in here and the dishonest ones out. So that's what I came up with. Now, once again, that's my suggestion. That was seconded by the city manager and everybody who read this. Y'all can set it higher or lower, whatever you want
I'm good
to.
with it, and I just want to say everything's good, and just so the public understands that we came up with it, we go further.
Yes.
I would say as us, when we're balancing the budget and we're trying to figure out, what the cost is of what it costs to pay a employee salary that touches this permit process, and clerical positions, as well as your officers that have to do a background check on these individuals before they give a certificate. So if we know what their salary is, X, as well as the benefits that we pay, which is B, and then then you figure out what the factor is of how much time. So if they spend 15 minutes, if they spend 30 minutes on that permit and stuff, to make sure that our permit, because I'm looking at what you provided as far as League City and their fees that are a lot higher, but they're what they pay their employees is pretty much as comparable to what we're paying our employees here as well. It's just making sure that we're getting our money back for the cost of printing those cards and providing those services to those vendors that are making a profit and walking our streets.
Yes, sir.
That's just my comment that I have there, but thank you for presenting this.
Yes, sir.
How can, like, if you have someone knock on your door selling something like that, how do you make sure that they have done all of this stuff? Are they
Ask
supposed
them to see the permit.
And if,
Ask them to see the permit. I do all the time. I have 4 signs coming up to my door that basically says no soliciting. And some, they come up anyway, knock on the door. So the first thing, well, usually the second thing I do is ask them to see their permit. And then when they say they have one, I usually know if they do or not, because I'm the one that signs them.
Right.
So it usually gets fun after that point. But I tell all citizens all the time, ask for them. They will have their picture on there and my signature on there. And if they don't have those 2 things, they don't have a valid permit from the city of Alvin. Now, we just do a cursory search on the business to make sure it actually is what it says it is. Now, as far as their work or anything, we don't, the city doesn't guarantee any of that. We're just guaranteeing that they are a business because they've been incorporated or whatever, and that these are their employees they paid to go out and knock on doors.
is there any kind of penalty in this ordinance?
Yes, there's a fine of, is it $200?
Yes.
I believe it's $200 for each violation. So you can get fined for not having the permit, you can fine for not having your ID card on you or not having an ID card at all.
Cool. It drives me nuts in my neighborhood because I'm always getting somebody knocking on my door.
It does too. It's the reason I have 4 signs leading up
Yeah.
to my front door.
Okay.
And so the first thing you ask is, did you note the signs?
Sort of. Sort of. We can talk about that later.
I kept it clean. Any other questions for the chief?
No, sir.
I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 25L, amending Chapter 13, itinerant merchants and vendors of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Alvin, Texas, for the purpose of amending Section 13.5, application for registration certificate and ID card, and amending Chapter 28, comprehensive fee ordinance of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Alvin, Texas, for the purpose of amending Section 28.2, and general itinerant merchants and oh, that's it. Oh, yeah, no, okay. In general, itinerant merchants and vendors, other merchants, increasing the costs of registration fees, identification cards, and replacement identification cards, providing for severability, providing for a penalty, providing for publication, providing an effective date, and setting forth other matters related thereto.
Second.
I feel like
Please vote.
Martin left.
Martin, you like to vote?
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Chief. Item B, discuss and consider request from Schneider Investment Group to waive the requirements of Section 4 street paving design in the City of Alvin Design Criteria Manual, specifically Section H, requirements for curbs and sidewalks, which mandates that sidewalks be installed along all street frontages within the City of Alvin in relation to the construction of the new crossroads on the Bypass Shopping Center located at 1741 Bypass 35 North.
Yes, Mayor and Council, the Schneider Investment Group is developing a shopping center along Bypass 35, as you can see on the screen. Our city ordinance requires the construction of sidewalks along all roadways, and Mr. Joe Schneider is requesting a waiver of the sidewalk requirement for his development due to the potential danger in light of the future Grand Parkway, and also the fact that the end of the southern end of the sidewalk will lead into the county's drainage district ditch number 3, making it highly unlikely for future connectivity and use. And so staff asks your consideration to waive the sidewalk requirement for Mr. Snyder.
Does it get rid of it completely? Or is there, like, I know we have, if they do a variance on it, they have to pay a certain amount, or?
Right, it would waive that as well.
So does this affect any development or stuff that we have with TxDOT as far as what their design criteria that has to be installed along the bypass or for freeways and thoroughfares?
I would say no. I would say no.
So I know it's spotty. I know there's some areas have sidewalks, some areas don't.
Right.
I went around various areas outside of Alvin to look at cities, and certain cities have sidewalks, but they're quite a distance off of the roadway compared to what we have here, as well as I've seen other options where they don't provide sidewalks in other areas, but they're set farther back into the property and stuff. I think we kind of need to look at that as a whole, and that type of situation. I don't see why certain things couldn't be moved along with this construction project while that's being addressed as a whole instead of just this one particular project.
Okay. I'll make sure Michelle looks into that.
Does staff have a recommendation?
Yes, I mean, staff's recommendation is to authorize the waiving of it, because it just kind of serves no connectivity purpose.
It may be a danger.
And then dangers
On a
where
roadway.
with Grand Parkway coming through there.
We go from the driveway to the D3 ditch, that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times what we've gotten, over the years, we've gotten so many variances along the bypass in other areas that we're never gonna have a complete system of sidewalks throughout that whole thing. And that's the sad part is because it wasn't 100% enforced where things are continuous. And that's just my history on what I know of different areas. So what this is not gonna look good. And that's why we have certain areas, especially in my district, where we have a sidewalk that goes from one business to another, and it's like a dead end. It doesn't go anywhere, so it doesn't connect.
Right.
And obviously, it's not gonna be safe. But if we take this into consideration, what the speed limit is on the bypass here, as well as the Grand Parkway coming in, with all these connections that are coming into here, the speed limit is the exact same thing on Highway 6, and we're requiring businesses on Highway 6 to actually have sidewalks. But we've got some really good businesses on Highway 6 that have sidewalks, that expand their whole thing, and they put forth the effort and did it, but nothing's continuous. It doesn't work. It doesn't flow, and I think it really needs to be addressed. But as far as this particular item, our ordinance says that you need to put it in, or a solution, but we need something that's going to be addressed as a whole as well.
Yes, sir.
In his letter, he mentions that the site plan for Grand Parkway 99 would essentially kind of redo whatever he does if he does build a sidewalk. I mean, do you think that that's true, or do you know for a fact that that's what the site plan shows, that even if he did install a sidewalk, it wouldn't necessarily be compatible with what 99 is and their feeder roads?
Right, so his site plan doesn't have the sidewalk on there. There's no sidewalk on his site plan. It was just brought to his attention as he did the pre-development meetings.
No, I'm wondering more about, like, if he builds a sidewalk, let's just say, and
Okay.
then 99 comes there, are they gonna rip it out to make feeder roads there or something? Cause I feel like that's what he's trying to say in the letter, and I'm just wondering if I'm off, or if that's is what is likely to happen.
I can't guarantee that, but it's not likely to happen that that the feeder would come.
Okay,
On
I'm
his
just
sidewalk.
wondering, like, what the plans are,
Yeah.
you know, if you know.
The steel building manufacturer across the highway, don't they have a sidewalk? I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah. I know the Palm Harbor Homes, they have a sidewalk that we're showing on the.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure across the highway, they also have a sidewalk, the new manufacturer.
That's it right there.
Yeah, it's just not they're not completed in that aerial, that's why I said,
Have there been any variance requests that have been given off of 35 already?
North Gordon, and the county received a variance I think last month, but to my knowledge, I would have to research.
I don't recall.
Since I've been here, I don't recall a variance off of 35.
Sombreros and Red Oak, that whole shopping strip, they all have sidewalks.
Where was the other sidewalk one that we did? Like, there was another sidewalk variance that we did.
That's for residential.
That was residential.
Oh, that was
in the main
residential.
district.
Oh, right, okay. I knew there was something I wasn't I couldn't remember where it was.
Wanted to include different things in the ordinance. It wasn't a particular piece
No,
of
no,
property.
no, I couldn't remember what led to that. I knew that there was something that had led to the conversation. I didn't remember what we were talking about then. I didn't remember that it was not commercial.
Doesn't our ordinance say if you're not gonna build one, if required, you pay into the fee?
Yes, so
Is
that's,
he not, is he gonna pay into the fee?
so,
Not to do that.
so that applies if, you would do it, but you can't. This is, he can actually build a sidewalk there, but he doesn't want to. So the cash in lieu of the sidewalk installation is if they would do it, but they just can't due to site constrictions and all of that. But he could actually put the sidewalk there, but he just doesn't, think it's necessary.
I think it's necessary. Just for aesthetics alone. I mean, the business across the street has it, the business next door has it, and he would have it.
And we don't know exactly what TxDOT's gonna wind up doing.
My understanding was they were gonna leave the current 35 roads alone
it
to
is?
be the feeder roads and then
Those are gonna be in the
in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think TxDOT's gonna be tearing those roads up from what I have understood in the past. So I don't see any reason why we would need to waive it.
I
feel
agree,
like
but
it's odd to have, the same thing we did on the county building. I just feel like it's odd to have a sidewalk by a highway without there being a barrier or bollard or something there, personally.
I'm concerned about the safety of it going into the ditch. Because if he builds it, it presents like a clear safety issue unless, he pays extra for that or there's some kind of barrier
Right.
installed.
Couldn't we just put a bridge there?
Somebody could, I don't know who's we, but
Well, I mean, what do we carry that fee for if you don't put the sidewalks in? Isn't that to put new sidewalk in? So I mean, that would be
Well-
something that fee could be used for.
I'm curious to know if the sidewalk fee has even been used yet, because the last time we heard from the city engineer, it hadn't even been touched.
Hmm.
The fund,
Then there should be some money in it.
so maybe we could use it for safety.
Yeah. I mean, when you go through Pearland, they have sidewalks next to very busy roads that I'm traveling 50-something miles on. Granted, they're not on the road, but I mean, there's a grass section in between that and the sidewalk, and it's one of those good-sized, 4-foot wide sidewalks on it, which I think it looks good through there, and it also allows people that are walking, instead of them walking on the shoulder of the road, they can walk on that sidewalk and get a little bit off the road on it. I mean, you put a curb there or something like that, it's not gonna stop a car doing 60 on it, so.
Who owns the ditch again?
The county,
Maybe we can partner with them on finding some type of safety mechanism to separate the sidewalk from, or someone from who's walking on the sidewalk from falling in the ditch.
I mean, I can look into it if you want me to.
I mean,
Or stop the sidewalk before the ditch. I mean, they don't have to just walk straight off into it that way.
Maybe the sign says go back.
Yeah, stop, turn around.
Not responsible.
No one said anything, I just kept walking.
Good discussion. We have a motion to approve or
I
deny.
did have one more question. How close is it to the highway? Do we know?
I couldn't,
The sidewalk, you mean?
Yeah. That's the existing one there.
Yeah, cause you can't
Yeah.
tell really from the picture how close the sidewalk is there.
It looks like it's on the west side of the ditch. So you have the grass from the road, the pavement, the grass, the ditch, and then a sidewalk.
And just one more thing, the safety concern is the proximity or the distance from, that's what he was saying, that it's a safety concern because it's close to the road.
yes.
Okay.
And with the construction of Grand
Yeah.
Parkway, it'll
I
be more
think a
cars.
sidewalk is safer than walking on the roadway, but that's just my opinion.
Well, once again, I'll entertain a motion to approve or deny the,
I move to approve, or I guess, this says consider.
down below, Cowboy.
Thank you, bud.
Your script is down below,
All right, yeah, here we go.
first time.
Mayor, I move to approve a request from Snyder Investment Group, Inc. to waive the requirements in Section 4 Street Paving Design of the City of Alvin Design Criteria Manual, specifically Section 11, requirements for curbs and sidewalks, which mandate that sidewalks be installed along all street frontages within the City of Alvin in relation to the construction of new crossroads in the Bypass Shopping Center located 1741 Bypass 35 North.
We have a motion to approve.
He seconded.
Richard second, okay. Please vote.
Motion failed, with Councilmember Garave and Moore voting yes.
Thank you. Item C, consider the mayor's appointment for Mayor Pro Tem. I have consulted with Councilmember Megan DeKaiser, and she has accepted the position as Mayor Pro Tem. So I'll entertain a motion to approve my nomination.
Mayor. Move to approve the mayor's appointment of City Council Member DeKaiser to serve as Mayor Pro Tem.
Second.
Please vote.
You can abstain. Motion passes unanimously with Councilmember DeKaiser abstaining.
That being said, Councilman Moore served as Mayor Pro Tem last year, and he did a phenomenal job, and I would just like to publicly thank him for being there every Wednesday morning, showing up. He always had great input every meeting and showed up when I couldn't be there, so I appreciate you being there for me and serving as Mayor Pro Tem. You did a great job. Thank you.
Glad to do it, Mayor.
Thank you.
And congratulations, Megan.
Okay, now we'll move on to reports from the city manager.
Yes, Mayor and Council, on
Any
I'm
requests?
sorry,
Council
consider any
Fox.
requests from any individual council members to be put on next meeting. Councilman Garave?
No, sir.
Oh, Mayor.
No, sir.
No, Mayor.
No, Mayor.
Thank you, Suzanne. And now it's Hunter's turn.
Yes, Mayor and Council, on Saturday, May 17th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Alvin Recreation Center will host a birthday bash celebrating its one-year anniversary. This event is free to the public. There will be food, exciting treats, and awesome prizes. Secondly, on Wednesday, May 21st, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., you're invited to the groundbreaking event of Preservation Creek. If you don't know, the Preservation Creek Master Plan Unit Development Area consists of 2,900 acres in the city limits of Alvin, east of 288 between 1462 and County Road 51. The address of the event is 32579 Preservation Creek Boulevard. And lastly, on Tuesday, June 3rd, from 6 to 7 p.m., the City of Alvin will host a town hall in partnership with TxDOT to discuss the Grand Parkway project. This meeting will be held in the Alvin High School cafeteria. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Next, we'll move on to items of community interest. Here are announcements concerning items of community interest from the council members or staff. I would like to start off by just welcoming Ashley and Scott, our newest council members. You all ran a very, very respectable campaign. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for keeping it classy. And I speak on behalf of the council. I look forward to working with y'all. Very, very excited to have y'all up here. So good job and congratulations. That's all I've got, and I'm going to start with you, Ashley. Do you have anything you'd like to add or say?
Nothing today.
Okay.
No, sir.
Fire Department 5K is June 28th. So price goes up in 2 weeks.
That's the smoke eater?
Smoke Eater 5K,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good.
Congratulations, guys. Looking forward to working with you. Some new energy, new ideas.
Yeah, congratulations. Glad to have y'all here. Excited to work with y'all.
Oh, ditto. That's it, Mayor. Well, I was supposed to go first and say that, but you stole my thunder, so now I don't have anything now.
So nothing? Okay.
Nothing.
Well, with that, We are adjourned at 7:51 PM.